don't think I was like super active in the community. I've joined like a few clubs and different things that involve community service like at the university, but I don't feel like I really was like out there and active as much until this class.
I go to church in Lowell, but a lot of the people are from different cities, so that was really the only experience I've had in the community of Lowell, so this was really my first experience.
No, I was not an active member of the community. I came here strictly for college, at least that's what I thought at first, so I wasn't really trying to get involved in the community.
Not so much, because I was a first-year student, so I was kind of new to the area already. So this was kind of, a little bit of a changing step for that.
In all honesty, I'm going to say no, I didn't feel like I had any part in Lowell. I was just kind of like, all right, I'm a student at UMass Lowell. I go to my classes, but I'm not really benefiting the community or doing anything for it.
Yeah, it made me feel closer to Lowell and more a part of that community and a part of the UMass Lowell community too.
Absolutely. So I didn't know the diversity that Lowell had before this, and going into the school you can firsthand see the diversity and how awesome it is that there's kids that come from all over and have different backgrounds and that you can help them, and this program really lets you get close to these kids and see how thankful they are for you to come, and it definitely shows you a whole different view on things.
I think I definitely feel like I have more of a sense of what the community of Lowell is like, just getting to interact with the school system and children within that system.
I would say it definitely did affect me. I mean, really, like what am I doing before this? Nothing. So the fact that I'm now doing service learning and just helping literally a direct outlet of the community.
I would definitely say yes. This was a big deal for me because I was already considering going into teaching, so I love working with kids, I love working at schools, and I'd never worked with any of the kids in Lowell before. I'd never worked in a city like Lowell, so I loved this. I think it made me, just care more about the city that I go to school in every day.
My favorite memory was walking in and having my little girl that I was working with just instantly light up and be bright and happy, and she would come running over to me. She already had her bag full of pencils and crayons ready to go and work on our project, and just seeing that impact that I made on her was really touching.
The little girl I was working with, she was in 3rd grade, and she was talking about school and her classes, and she asked me, she said, "They said you go to school." I said, "Yep." She says, "So why aren't you in school now?" And I said, "In college you make your own schedule and you don't go at the same time every day." And she was like, "Wow." I mean, there might be people in her life that went to college, but she didn't know about what it was like, so it was really cool.
I would say it was a really small moment that I had with my literacy buddy, but I didn't really have a super close connection with my literacy buddy right away, so I was really surprised when, I think it was one of the last meetings we had together, and she just told me, like, out of the blue, "I'm really gonna miss you, like, I don't want you to leave, I don't want this to be one of our last times together." And I think that was most memorable for me and just showed me that I had made a difference, in her time being at school.
Absolutely would, because it's extremely rewarding. You never leave feeling like you didn't help them that day, and you leave knowing that they were so excited for you to come.
I would definitely recommend it just because it's a fun experience, like you're not in the classroom the whole entire time. And also just, I think it really helped my writing a lot too, and we wrote about things that we were actually experiencing and things that I cared about.
No, I think the work is a lot harder because you have to really dig in deep. I know some of my friends in regular college writing classes are writing about movies and music they like. So it's like, I don't have that. I have a lot harder of a job to do, but I think it's worth it, honestly, because you know that you're doing something good.
I recommend the course just because you get out of the classroom more in a sense, and to any student that's more appealing than just sitting and having a teacher lecture you all day. And it made the projects we did more relatable outside of the classroom, and that's something that can be very hard and challenging depending on what your studying is or just what class you're taking.
Definitely connecting with them made me realize that I wanted to do something in the community that had to do with kids.
For me, at least during freshman year, you meet all of these people, and people were majoring in stuff that I'd never heard of, and I'm like, what is that? There's this fear, and I think it's an unwarranted fear, but this fear that you might go to college and pick the wrong degree, and then what do you do if you picked the wrong thing? So this alleviated that fear for me.
I'm in the service learning course right now, helping it with Lowell High students, like juniors specifically. So yeah, it definitely has.
I loved engaging with the kids. I like working with kids. And you know, when you leave college, the stuff you remember is gonna be this kind of stuff. I'm always gonna remember this.
For my practicum, because I'm a senior, I'm working in the Daily Middle School also. And I was very excited that I got placed there because that was one of my first choices of locations. So yeah, it has impacted me.
To anybody who isn't sure about either service learning or volunteering in general, there are only positives. And you know, you can say all day long, I don't have time, what if I'm not the right person, what if I say the wrong thing to these kids, and I don't know a single person that's regretted it.